Titles, go.
Mind if my wife hooks up with you?
Oh, yeah. World's second best sandwich.
Fine dining in the dungeon.
Full lasagna.
Win.
Poop in the sink.
Blenderiferousness.
A game about cats.
Far Cry, Altmar.
Tree glazed.
We injury.
Cat head.
And a bonus title. Hughes Tank.
Okay.
All right, let's do this.
Warning. What you are about to hear contains explicit language, adult themes, and potentially disturbing content. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts and do not reflect the opinions of anyone else, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. This podcast is intended for an immature audience and should not be listened to by anyone, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. You know, fuck it. You've been warned.
Hello, welcome to this week's edition of Geek Pod. I'm your host, Paul.
I'm Hugh.
Worms.
I'm Kev.
Number 5, Jack.
Who's that?
Okay,
It's a
So-
girl.
right. Immediately, all the episode just gets shut off right there. We for our special 150th episode, and since it's also debuting on my birthday, a good friend of ours, Urka, Miss Chewbacca here, decided to join us.
Chewy.
She's a very good friend of mine as well as Kev's. She'll be a very good friend of yours. I'm sure we're going to be getting word that someone's going to have to get kicked off so she can be a permanent place on the show. So, guys and gals, what's got you geeked?
Well, I am excited. I showed you guys the picture, sent it in the group chat about my camera, which I'm calling camera 2 because I assume, Paul, the camera that you bought is camera 1. And for our, convention appearances and our planned ghost hunting adventures, I wanted to get a camera that was so tricked out that we could even find Paul's modesty on it from a distance. And I think that I've got it set up. So this thing has, I got a shotgun mic. I've got a fill light for, close-up shots, and we don't need night vision or anything. I also went and bought a 50 LED IR light because the IR on the camera was good, but it wasn't great.
Yeah.
I tested it out last night, and it's a good 30, 40 feet. You can see, I don't want to say clear as day, but you can see damn good considering, there's no light. I was super impressed with it. The only drawback is I discovered today that all of the video I recorded last night as a test, I decided, I'm going to throw it on the computer. I want to see, what it looks like, on a bigger screen. And it was stuttering and stopping and going. So I had thrown a cheap, crappy card in there when I got it, but I ordered a good Samsung SD card, knowing that I'd want to have a good card for our actual recording. I threw that in there thinking that might be the case. Still did the same thing. So I got a new one coming tomorrow. I'm going to have to send the old one back. I'm hoping it's not an issue with the model now that I've bought all this shit that goes on it. But we'll have to see. But assuming that this is just, a glitch, I got a bad one. I'm pretty excited about what this thing can do.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking because it looks like you got the same model I did.
Maybe.
So ours worked great. We had no problem with it.
And you've actually put the videos on the computer and watched them at
Yes.
least a little bit. Okay.
Yeah.
Because it was almost instant. It played good for like 30, 40 seconds, and then the screen would start freezing, but the audio would keep going, or the video would keep going, and then like I would say one word, and it would just keep repeating that word over and over again for like 10 seconds before
Wow.
moving on with the audio track. It was really weird.
Maybe the camera used to belong to Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, that's probably it, Kev.
That is the most
that's it.
logical
Yes,
explanation.
That
right
or
there.
it's possessed.
that is Occam's razor if I've ever heard it.
What'd you say, Corbs?
It's either that or the camera was possessed.
See right
Okay,
there,
maybe-
you said something more intelligent than I can even posture because I don't even know what you meant. I don't even know what you meant by that.
Okay. Are you
All right.
waiting for me to explain?
Oh.
Nope.
Okay.
Who wants
I'm
to go
gonna
next?
Google it.
Next, I don't care. Whatever.
Go ahead.
For me, it's last week. Obviously, I wasn't with the podcast last week. I decided to take my son on a mini vacation. Drove down to Hershey, Pennsylvania for 3-ish days. Went down there. Nice small little town. I'm not going to complain about the town itself. Really nothing to complain about the trip in itself, just the distance. I mean, it's about 4-hour drive. We stopped off in Binghamton on Wednesday, which was my son's birthday, his 15th birthday. We stopped off and saw his mom, had lunch with her, and then continued on. Got there about 5:30-ish. My son found this fantastic restaurant called Chocolate on the Grill. So went there first night, had dinner there, sat outside and had dinner there. Fantastic food. Can't complain about the food there. I had a lasagna and it came in a bowl probably about that big, and it was full of lasagna. I couldn't even eat it all. That's how much there was, and I didn't keep it because we had no way to transport it back to Syracuse. So next day we went to the park. It's a huge park, probably six to 8 roller coasters in the park.
Nice.
Yeah, there's a water park in there too. We didn't do any of the roller coasters. My son and I both don't like roller coasters, so it was kind of weird that we went to the park. But we walked around. They got a zoo on park. We walked through the zoo. It's all once you get in the park, everything is free.
Nice.
So I mean, if you want to play games or whatever, obviously it costs you some money to play the games, but all the rides are free. Nice restaurants in there. We walked around the park for about 4 hours. I mean, that's about how big the park is. You walk around for a while. That morning we went to a place for breakfast my son saw when we were down in the town of Hershey called First Watch. It's all basically like health food stuff, like multi-grain pancakes and waffles and omelets with, goat cheese and feta cheese and all that stuff. It was good. I mean, I had a waffle. So
Oh, your face is so dramatic.
So
Taking all the food in.
yeah. So yeah, and that's really what ended up doing was going and we ate at a couple random places that we had never heard of before. That night we went to a place called Primanti Brothers. They're known for having the world's second best sandwich. I don't know who has the world's first, but the sandwiches, we didn't order a sandwich. We actually ordered pizza from there, and I'm glad we did because the sandwiches came out and they were on Italian bread, but the Italian bread was cut about that thick.
Jesus.
Both sides. There was no way I could have got it in my mouth. There's no way my son could have got it. We would have had to cut the bread in half in order to get the sandwich small enough to eat it. We got pizza there, which was right, Kev? Just
Squeeze it.
pound it down. But again, food was fantastic. The waitress we had, she was great. Actually, the waitress both nights we had were great. And then Friday morning we went to the Chocolatory, which is basically the museum for Milton Hershey, the guy who invented Hershey. So we walked through there. It's about a 35-40-minute museum. We walked through there and we grabbed some lunch at a place called Iron Hill Brewery, which is pretty good. They had a lot of beer on tap and stuff like that, like down there, like brewed right on site. I didn't drink, obviously, because I was with my son, so I can't tell you about the beers or anything like that. So then we came home, took our time coming home, but it was just a nice, relaxing 3 days. Great to spend time with my son. Right behind our hotel was a golf course.
Yeah, I saw the pictures.
Yeah, so I sent some pictures for that. I did actually hit a couple of golf shots on the golf course. Come to find out, it was a private golf course, so that was not cool for me to do that.
It was looked down upon. Yeah.
So, but it was late at night. I mean, it was like first night. It was probably like 8 o'clock. I mean, it was still light out. So I just grabbed my golf bag and grabbed a couple golf balls and a golf club and just walked over on the fairway and started hitting golf balls. So, but again, it was a nice time. I was glad to get away with my son. It's the first time him and I have actually gone away, just the two of us, and had just him and I time. So, which was nice. So,
Very cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Kev,
I
how
got
about you?
something for you. I got something for you. So you guys remember Jack also, we went out to California in June.
You did?
We had a
Hey.
really, really, really good time. You may
You should
remember
tell us about that.
me telling you about a fellow I met in line at Disney.
Mhm.
His name is Mike, and really, really great guy. School teacher, grade school. I mean, like I don't know, kindergarten or in that range. Really great guy. Knows everything about Disney. Just loves meeting new people and showing them around, and just he's like the best Disney ambassador you could ever imagine. Well, I've stayed in touch with him since I've been back, and while I was there, I even told him, I said, hey, my wife is going to be out in Anaheim in July, and she's going to go to Disney for a day, and then she's going to have a conference for the rest of the week. I said, would you, if you're going to be around, if you happen to be at Disney, would you mind if, she hooks up with you and maybe you could, show her around a little bit? He's like, oh, hell yeah, whatever, he's just, like I said, he's just a really great guy. So I got in touch with him, and I told him when she was going to be out there, and sure enough, they hooked up on Monday. So it was Kathy, a woman she works with, her boyfriend, and Mike. And they went through Batuu, Galaxy's Edge, and they went, it's a small world. They just went all over. They did all this stuff. And Kathy right now, and this is, a couple days later, she still is gushing over how much she did. She can't like categorize it. She can't put it in order because Mike just, well, okay, you got reservations here. Okay, well, we can go here and here and still catch a reservation there. And he just knows the secrets. He knows, the shortcuts, and he let him use his discount there. So, I mean, she couldn't say enough about how great he was, and just how much fun they had just hanging out together. And I couldn't be happier that she had a very similar experience at Disney that I had. And I'll never forget my trip there because of how awesome he made it. We did all this great stuff. We would have done a lot of great stuff anyway, but he just helped us fit so much more in. And then to fill in all the information he had, he knows all the backstory of Batuu. He read the books and whatever, and I've read the wiki since then, so I understand a little bit more of it now. But the guy's fantastic, and I've said to him many times, I'm like, Mike, when you retire, you really need to figure out how you can become not an official Disney ambassador, but like an unofficial one, because they would never hire you because you tell everybody all the secrets.
You could be like a travel agent just for Disney trips.
He definitely could. And so we actually made some plans. So he is going to go to the next celebration, next Star Wars celebration in the US. And what we don't know yet is if it's going to be 24 or 25. He's thinking they might skip a year. I'm not sure why. I guess maybe they have in the past. Jack, is that
25 will be the 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith. That's probably why they'll do that.
Is that what they do? Is that how they do it? Okay.
Keep going.
So he's definitely going to go to the next one. Kathy wants to go. My buddy Rob wants to go. So I think we're definitely going to go to the next one, and we're going to get Jedi passes, and we're going to do it upright. And I'm personally hoping it's going to be in Anaheim. I don't think I'm going to get that lucky, but I don't really care. If it's in the U.S., I'll go. If it's in North America, I'll go. I'm down to be in Canada, but.
Rumor has it could be in Orlando, but that's a rumor I'm hearing right now.
I heard that too. I definitely heard that too. But,
yeah, because it's been a few years since it's been back on the East Coast, right?
Right.
Because like there was Anaheim, and then there was one in
Chicago.
Europe, I think, and then there was Chicago. Yeah.
Okay. Chicago was 19.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean, we're planning for it, and now I have a membership to both Mike's Facebook group, which is Star Wars Celebration. And if you guys are interested in going to Celebration ever, You need to find this, and if you want to find it, I can help you find it. And then there's a Discord group, or whatever you want to call it. It's not a group, it's a
Server.
Discord channel. Yeah. Discord server. It is a server specifically for Celebration. And you would not believe the background information, the secrets, the how-tos. Everybody on there was talking about how they were going to get their Jedi passes. Everybody on the Discord that wanted their Jedi passes got them.
Wow.
Yeah. So they know their stuff. They know, all the secrets. They know where to stay. They know, everything. It's all in there. So we're gonna make use of that. And I'm really looking forward to the next one. I don't know where it's going to be, and I don't care. And here's what I told Mike. I said, if they're not going to have it in 24, Kathy and I are going to plan a trip to Anaheim and hang out with Mike at least a day, for at least a day. Go back to Disney, and I didn't see any of the rest of it. I really just, all I wanted to see was Galaxy's Edge. So that's all we really did. So there's a lot more, and I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what's got me geeked. Kathy's just had she just had a hell of a time, and I'm just so happy for her.
That's awesome. I'm not gonna make the very obvious joke about your wife hooking up with another man in California.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I was too.
I mean, just how happy is she right now?
Well, I think they're all pretty happy, except for his husband, who is kind of
details.
He's kind of upset with how much time that Mike spends on Disney.
I'm sure. Everything you've told me, yeah, I'm sure.
Like I said, Mike is the absolute nicest guy you'll ever meet in your life, and I hope that every single one of you ever get a chance to meet him. If you ever go out there, I'd be more than happy to hook you guys up. He is just...
I don't want to hook up with him, just so we're clear. None of us do.
Yeah.
Kathy told me that this guy has got a permanent smile, and he does. He's just smiling, and he's happy all the time. You've never met anyone like this, I guarantee it.
But not a creepy like the Joker way, right? Okay.
Nope. Nothing even remotely creepy about this guy. You can make all the jokes you want, and it doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. He's just a great guy.
I still think we're taking it kind of easy on him because he does sound like a really nice guy. But Jack, you want next?
Sure. First off, Kev, yes, after this, hook me up with that guy because I will be going to the next Star Wars Celebration with you with a Jedi Pass, number one. What's got me geeked, sounds like an adult, but it's really cool. So like I'm a recruiter for SUNY Upstate, as I told you guys. And this week we got to do the Syracuse Nationals. We got to work the event. So I'm trying to get our department back out there, the exposure, all that stuff. And Paul knows when we did that con a little bit, we did some tabling. We had people fill out their email, all that stuff for this event. So for this event, we had some swag, we had some phone backs, we had some drawstring bags, we had some like little medicine containers with our logo on them. I'm not saying we get like the full out swag, but like this tabling event, we had literally, I was hoping to maybe have because we were having people fill out a guest card for more information, and we were raffling off maybe, it was called like a koozie gift bag and all that, which we were raffling off, and they're pretty nice, but they're like $20 to make basically. And I was only hoping to get maybe 20 guest cards filled out. We walked away with the weekend. I only worked the event Friday. I had my colleagues worked it Saturday and Sunday with 500 guest cards.
Wow.
So yeah, we had a wheel so you could spin to get a prize. Like I literally orchestrated this whole thing, and my doctors were very impressed with it. And I was like, you know what? Like I'm going to be doing more of these. I'm doing the Arts and Crafts Festival next week downtown. There's a Macedonian festival. It's just getting the exposure back out there. And I was like, you know what? In the back of my head, I'm going to 3 Comic-Cons with my Geek Pod. So why don't we bring these tabling ideas I have for us, and we can have people fill out like that. Like we'll have that fill out that mailer because Paul says we have a newsletter. That means if we get like maybe 5 of those, like I'm not saying we'll get 500, but like if we get like over to 100 to 200, you have new people filling out your newsletter. You have new listeners, and it can bring new light and new listeners to our podcast. So it's a win-win.
Win-win-win. Yes.
So I thought that was really cool. Win-win-win. But my bosses were very not upset. No, they were excited. So I'm just stoked how it went. It was a very successful event. And I was like, but I also thought what we can do for our podcast at the end of the day too. So
I think they are upset. They're pissed off at how much money you spent.
Right. How much you cost them in those $20 koozies?
oh
I
my,
would be. I would be.
they're they're koozie tote bags. You can put your beer in it. You can put whatever you want in it. But they were cool. But like I only expected to get like 100. But like you also had those people like at the Nationals. They're like always those people. Like we had some phone cleaners. Some guy literally reached over the table, was like, "Oh, a napkin." I'm like, "Oh, that's okay. That's not a napkin." He starts wiping his mouth with it. I'm like, "Okay, okay." He's trying to give it back to me. I'm like, "Bro, you can keep that."
What?
What? Like the little black squares?
Well, it's like that little like it's like a blue thing that's like very soft and all that stuff. You put it on your phone and then you just like clean it.
Well, it doesn't look like a napkin.
No.
It looks actually it does look like a napkin, like so, but
Oh, really?
yeah, but the guy was literally looked at me, he's like this, okay. And he's wiping his mouth in front of me. I'm like, oh, you're so creepy. Go away, just go. But it was a fun weekend. We met some interesting people, but it was a good time for
Sounds
sure.
like it.
Oh yeah, the Syracuse National, we saw some great cars. Like I'm not a car guy, but some guys like, do you want to check out my like Ferrari that's like a 1949?
Oh, some guy wanted you to check him out, huh?
He did, yes. But like no, but I can't drive the stick shift. I'm more of the automatic, but I got to drive the Ferrari in the parking lot. That was kind of fun.
That's cool.
That was fun, yeah. But yeah, that's what's got me geeked this week.
All right. Erica, you got something for this?
You guys aren't gonna like it, but I get my wedding dress on Friday.
Ooh.
She said yes to the
Why
dress.
wouldn't we like that?
I don't
you-
know because Paul usually and Kevin would be like, "Cool,
Are you dressing like Chewbacca?
yes."
Awesome.
How many dresses did you look at, Erica?
All of them.
No, not that many actually.
Oh.
I went to Mirror in Baldwinsville, and I went with 4 people. And what they do is each person picks out like 3 or 4 dresses they want me to try on, and then I try them on and I pick my top 3, and then I try on it again with accessories. So that's how I picked it. It was
Nice.
my aunt's pick. Yeah, I'm really excited.
Awesome.
My
Very
friend
cool.
that got married went to Mirror, and she said the exact same thing you said.
Oh, they were really awesome.
Where are you getting married? What venue?
Dibbles in Vernon by the casino.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Did anybody poop in the sink?
Who's pooping in sinks?
The movie, the one with what's her name, and the funny they go to get the bride's dresses.
Oh,
everybody
yes.
gets sick.
Bridesmaids.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was hilarious.
Oh, that movie. Oh, you're doing it. You're shitting in the street.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a great movie. No, we unfortunately didn't poop in the sink or the street. No
That's-
pooping happened.
Sounds like a missed opportunity.
That's true.
That's what I'm
Hey,
saying.
Erica, I have a good idea for you because you can have DJs, bands at weddings, but you can have a podcast at your wedding.
No.
Or you guys can come at a cocktail hour.
I will definitely be there. That would be fun.
Only if we have a velvet rope area for the VIP Geek
The Geek
Pod.
Pod VIP section.
Yep.
I'll talk to
Congratulations, though. That's good.
Sure, he'll be down. Thank you.
All right. Well, Nick walked away, so I guess we'll finish this segment up. I'm just excited that we made it to episode 150.
Yay.
We're here. It's 150. We're not doing the mega celebration we did for 100. I figure we'll save that for 200. I just wanted to point out some stats. We did episode 100 on May 3rd, 2021. So that took us almost 15 months to get to episode 150. As opposed to the 4 years and 7 months it took us to get from episode 50 to episode 100. So I went back and did that today, and wow.
When was the first episode?
The very first episode, that was what, 2016?
2016 or
17?
2017?
Yeah.
Yeah, I say 2017.
Yeah, I went back and looked at it. It's September or October, I think.
August.
Was it August? Okay.
Maybe that's one of... Bye, Jack. Hi, Jack. Maybe that was when we launched the podcast hosting, was August. It might have been somewhere in that area, though. End of the summer, early fall of, I think, 2017. So we're taking us some time. getting
Oh,
there.
we should be to episode 200 by this time next year.
Probably. So hopefully. We did a pretty good job this year staying on track. Especially when it was running up to 150 and I knew it was going to fall on my birthday. I was kind of militant about staying on track.
Yeah, you made us. You're like, I need to get another one out this week. I'm like, I know.
Gotta go.
So are we talking about your birthday this week or next week?
There's not much to talk about since it's not going to happen until after.
Well, if you have any plans or anything.
No.
Don't you always have plans? It's your birthday.
Wait, it's your birthday? I thought it was something else. Oh, I thought it was Kev's birthday.
No.
Oh,
No, this is a big week.
Nope.
It's Paul's birthday and my wedding anniversary, which is why I never get to go to his birthday party.
Hey. Which is why I stopped with the invites for him.
You
You
can
know
bring
it's
your
not going to
wife.
happen. Yeah,
No,
I'm sure that's how she wants
we
to
do
spend her
our own
anniversary.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, actually, tomorrow is our anniversary. It'll be 10 years. So
Very good.
happy
this
anniversary.
weekend
The
we'll be going out
21st.
to-
Anniversary.
Yeah,
Happy
we'll be going out to Beardsley Castle and Little Falls,
Nice.
New York, like we
Oh,
always do. So.
nice.
Very cool.
They do like murder mystery nights
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but you know, we like to walk through the fine dining area to get down to the dungeon where we eat dinner, because you can
Nice.
still order off the fine dining menu, but neither of us wants to dress up. And the dungeon is just cool. It's rock walls. I mean, the bathrooms are kind of sketchy, just because they're weird, because they built bathrooms in a dungeon. You can tell that the place wasn't designed for bathrooms.
Right.
But they got a nice bar, they got a pool table, and the food's
Wait, so
fantastic.
what's the setup of it? The first floor is like all fine dining, you said?
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
it's like super high-end fine dining. People have like super expensive weddings there, and then the receptions, up there.
So that's
but
like
down-
we're down
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Whereas downstairs is street clothes.
Gotcha.
Kev, Court, do you want to go to
More
dinner
my
tomorrow night?
wheelhouse.
Yep.
In the dungeon?
Not for nothing, but I'm gonna say the floor of a dungeon is all bathroom.
At one point, probably yes.
Yep.
I would say so. That was, yeah. I don't think you had many options at that point. It was
Too.
let it go.
Let it go.
You had to go there. I wasn't going to go there.
All right. So guys, are we playing any video games this week?
Well, I started playing something interesting this week. Now, I mentioned, and I don't know if I mentioned it on the show or if I just sent you guys a text message, but I mentioned that on Prime Day, Amazon Prime had the PS4 version of Far Cry 6, which is a brand new game on sale for $12.99, and it comes with the free upgrade to the PS5. So I'm like, I loved Far Cry 3 and 4, two of my favorite games. Hated 5 because it was set in fucking Altmaier. And but I'm like, you know what? This looks like an exotic setting again. It's has a Giancarlo Esposito stars in the game, and he's one of the great actors of our time currently. I'm like, fuck it. It's a no-brainer. So I got it. Started playing. First thing I will say, definitely better than Far Cry 5. I will stress before that I am prejudiced against that because it just looks like it's set in the place I grew up. So that there's just no interest for me. It's like, driving to my mom's house and then shooting all the people that I went to school with. It's stupid. It's not escapism
great.
for me.
It sounds like you've thought about that before.
Anyway, Far Cry 6 is set up in a Caribbean nation. So it's back to the island thing. A little, I don't want to say floaty. That I don't feel like I'm totally in control of the shooting yet. That might just be the learning curve. But I feel like I'm getting by when it comes to battles more by luck than any actual skill. But the game itself is interesting enough that I want to continue playing it. So if you guys have an opportunity, I know Kev, you like Far Cry now. It looks like it's a return to form and a fantastic game. The other thing I wanted to bring up, has anyone here heard about Stray?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's blowing up the internet. Now, yesterday, a game called Stray came out, which is basically a game where you play as a cat in a cyberpunk city, and you have to solve environmental puzzles. And
That's what that is.
Yes, the cat physics and everything look fantastic. And Twitter, I saw on Twitter today, it's blowing up with people's cats sitting there and watching them play as a cat. It's a huge deal. So I'm like, you know what? I was thinking about this game. It looks new and unique. And now Twitter's blowing up, and it's only $30. So I walked out into the living room and I said to my 10-year-old daughter, "Hey, Avery." She goes, "What, Dad? Do you want to play a game about cats? Yeah, sure. So I logged onto the PlayStation, bought it, handed her the controller, went back here again, and continued my work day. And I mean, she played that until dinner time. So she put a good 6 hours into that game today, and she's just absolutely obsessed with it. I got to sit down and watch her play a little bit. It looks really good. I don't think it's going to, be the storytelling mecca or the action, go-to game of the year or anything like that. But as far as something very unique and done very well, it certainly could win a game award this year. I'm really impressed by what they've done with it.
So what is it? Is it puzzles, problem solving?
Well, kind of all of that mixed in. There are so at some point in the game, and I didn't watch enough to really know how this happens, but at some point in the game, your cat gets a little robot friend. Looks like a little drone that can fly above it. Because the cat can't talk. This isn't like
it's not Mickey Mouse. Yeah, it's
a
legit cat. Yeah.
But this, it finds a way to kind of communicate with the robot, or at least it understands what it's saying, whatever. Anyway, there are these I guess they're like rats, but they're mechanical rats that will chase you. And the little robot has a pink light that will destroy them, but it can only stay on for like 4.5, 5 seconds. So you really, you have loads of these things coming at you. You have to be really careful, find places to hide. Lots of getting around things or finding ways through obstacles without getting attacked by those mechanical rat things. So I would call it a puzzle platformer, maybe a puzzle action platformer. There's a little action there for sure, but it's not heavy on it. It's not action like Far Cry 6 by any means.
Nice. Yeah, because the premise is the cat's trying to find its way home or something, I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Avery said it was very sad. The cat fell down.
I was literally just thinking that. I was like, that's really sad.
Yeah, the cat's trying to make it back to its other cat friends.
Poor pussy.
As one does. I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear him say that. Yeah.
How about you, Paul? I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
All right. So finally, like let me preface it with this week. We actually took some positive steps to try and be healthier. So I know, Kevin and Corbs. I feel the same way. Is that what
your wife's posts are all about?
Yes, the cryptic, the healthy foods, and then the mapped routes. We actually we're getting up at 6 something in the morning, and we take a mile walk every day before work, even on days when I have to drive to Albany. Yep. And so this is clearly also been kicking Kristen's ass. So she's going to bed about the same time the kids do it, like 9:15. And I'd been working on stuff for the show, getting stuff edited previously. And then last night I literally had nothing to do. I even had dinner put away, by the time they went to bed. And I'm like, the Switch is staring at me, basically. And I'm like, I've just got to do it, man. Because back in February, I decided before our trip that I thought I was going to have time on the flight to play video games. We brought the Switch with us. So I asked Hugh's opinion about a game that was on sale at Walmart. I think I discussed it before. I was going to pick up Dying Light for the Switch. He said, do it. Like, yes, you'll thank me. He didn't realize it was going to be 8 months later.
Dude, every time I tell you to do something, you do it the next year. Okay.
No, I did it that day. I bought it then. But yeah, like 7 months later.
If I said, Paul, you need to shower, you wouldn't shower for 4 months.
I'd be obstinate just to do it. Just be like, nope, not gonna. Nope.
You'd fucking shower. I'd drag your ass under a hose.
Or your hose.
Just totally threw me off. Sorry.
There are a lot of hoses at Damon Barkley.
No,
there's a fucking shower room
right across the hall. There actually is a shower.
There is a shower room.
It is weird. I don't know why it's there.
It'll be really weird when I'm dragging your ass in there.
Yeah,
you
please don't.
Stink.
Please don't.
It's sad that the two guys know that too.
It's right outside of our door, literally.
It's still kind of creepy.
So anyway, Dying Light. So I finally put it in last night, and again, I didn't want to disturb the family, so I turned up the volume down all the way on the TV, and I got out my TV headphones, so the sound was right here as I'm sitting alone in this game that is probably the most realistic depiction of what the zombie apocalypse really would be. And wow. And again, it's Nintendo, so I wasn't expecting, you know, the F-bombs and the fact that like the moment you land in this game, someone is fucking beating you in the head, like severe head trauma, like, and it's first person, so it's happening to you, all this stuff, and it's wow.
Did
Yeah.
you get to the
Good
first
game to
night?
play before bed.
Oh, it was great. Yeah.
Did you get to the first night? I
No,
assume you did.
no.
Okay.
I only got to play up until I made it out of the building, got my shot, if you know what I'm talking about there.
Yeah.
And then started through there. And then by then it was like 11:30, and I'm like, I need to go to bed.
I'm going to warn you. There will come a point later on in the game where it doesn't bother you, it doesn't freak you out that much. But that first night is fucking terrifying. Put on your shitting pants.
Wear the
Because
brown
you-
pants.
Yeah, because you are. There's a sequence that is. And now, oddly enough, this is like the sequence that the internet like blows up about. It's like, oh my God, that was so hard. Somehow I managed, probably through pure luck, to get through it on my first try. I knew that it was coming, but I can imagine that, you know, if you just weren't lucky to make all the right turns, it could be, whew,
Yeah,
man, it's scary.
I had a little trouble with the parkour training thing at first too.
It gets better.
Good. Yeah.
You really get used to it, and I mean, by mid game, I mean, you're just like fucking climbing everything, and it's second nature. You know, unlike Dying Light 2, which they changed so much it just doesn't flow. Dying Light 1 flows really well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I have that too, but that'll probably be another 6 years before I get around to that one.
The only thing I will mention to you now is that when you get to the DLC, there's, I believe, 2 DLC that are story driven. One of them is called The Following.
Okay. Yep.
It is good, but it completely turns the concept on his head, because Haran is lots of buildings and, you know, vertical areas to move around and things like that. The Following puts you in like fucking farmland, and you have to
Back in
drive.
Altmar?
Back in Altmar. And you got to drive buggies to get everywhere. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but there are some set pieces that are set with the buggies, and that is so infuriating to the point where I played through all of this game, all the DLC. I get to The Following, and there is a chase in a buggy, and then you're at the last boss, and I just quit. I never finished the game.
I'm
That
done.
close to the end, because I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
Nice. Well, I've got a long way to go. And apparently the edition I bought the Platinum Edition.
Yeah.
So it has all the DLC in it already. So that'll make my life easier, you know, when Kylie graduates from college. So
Or gets married.
you got a better chance of graduating from college. I'm just saying.
True.
Is anybody else playing anything?
Erica's got to be playing something on her phone.
For sure. I play
Actually-
Catan on my phone.
What are you doing on your phone?
Oh, really?
I play Catan.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
no kidding.
Yep. I love
You-
Catan.
is it single player on the phone?
So you can play single player, but the only thing about that is like you'll play against the computers, but it's the same board every turn. So if you play with someone like in your contact list, it'll give you a different board.
Oh,
Yeah.
Nice.
And the
Or-
computers are extremely stupid. So
Even better.
yeah.
I might actually win once in a while.
What was it? I'll keep mine short, but Corbs will be proud of me. So I went golfing this on Sunday with my dad.
Whoa, there you go.
So I haven't been golfing in like 2 years. So we go golfing and we only do 9 holes because I haven't golfed, like I said, in 2 years. My first hole, I get a double bogey. I'm like, great, this is gonna start out for like a great match. My dad gets a par. I'm like, this is gonna be miserable. This is gonna be awful. I shit you not, on the second hole, you know when you hit a good tee shot, you're like, fuck, that felt good. I was a foot away from a hole in one.
Wow.
I was like, what the fuck? My dad's like, where did that come? My dad doesn't swear. He's like, where the fuck has that been your whole life? I'm like, I was like, I don't know. So like I get a birdie there, and then I get a triple bogey my next hole. And then the next shot, 3 feet away from a hole in one. It's like, where is, like, I feel like I'm putting in a cheat code in a video game. Like, I haven't golfed in 2 years. My dad's like, we should go golfing more often. I'm like, it's probably because I haven't golfed in so long, but I probably got, what did I get? I got 2 birdies, 3 pars, a triple bogey, and a double bogey or something like that on like 9 holes. something like that. It was really good. Like I was like my best hole, like 9 holes of golf ever.
So your dad's finally proud of you?
No, he was proud of me a long time ago, Hugh.
That's good. I wasn't sure. You don't talk about it.
No, I know.
Jack, where'd you guys go and play?
West Hill Golf Course. They live right across the street. Yeah.
Oh, you live across the street from West Hill?
Yeah, they live actually right next door. They're the owner is their family friend, so they get to golf for free.
Well, there you go.
Oh, all of a sudden, Corbs is Jack's new best friend.
West Hill's a par 3 course. I try to play courses where I got to use all my clubs.
Oh yeah, but no, that's not a video game. I know this is a video game segment, but I was like, that's pretty awesome.
It's supposed to be.
I know. It felt like
that's pretty cool, Jack. I about 6 weeks ago, I nearly got a hole-in-one too. Mine was just under 6 inches. Like I literally just missed a hole-in-one. I couldn't believe it. Like it was literally one of the ones where you walk up and you just tap it with your foot and it goes in.
Is that the closest you've been? I wanted to ask you.
That's the closest I've ever been.
Good for you, bro.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. And it was one of those shots like I hit it and I was like, I had no idea where that went. My buddy's like, it's on the green. I'm like, he's like, you're an asshole. It's like right next to the cup. I'm like, no, it's not. I walked up there and there was 2 balls on the green. One was 6 inches from the green. One was like 10 feet. I'm like, mine's the one that's back. He goes, no, you're just the one next to the fucking hole, you asshole. I'm like, all right, well, thanks a lot.
Wait, you guys have never gotten a hole-in-one?
No.
Dude, I used to do it all the time.
I know.
Not talking
first dates don't
jackass.
count.
Wii Sports.
Okay.
You get Wii injury, Paul.
we you say that, but yeah, I did think I almost threw my shoulder out playing baseball on the Wii.
It is Wii injury.
I was more thinking like miniature golf ball.
No, I couldn't even do that. Come on.
You can't miniature golf, or you can't get a hole-in-one on miniature
I couldn't get a hole-in-one on miniature golf. I can almost kind of play miniature golf.
Okay.
Almost.
You'll get the albatross.
Where were we on that? Kev?
No, I got
No.
nothing. I mean, I could say that the summer event ended last Sunday and Settlers, but
Now what's the next one?
I'd be embarrassed. I don't know.
I'm sure it starts tomorrow.
Halloween or something. I'm not
Nice.
sure. I'm not sure what's next.
All right, Corbs, I'm assuming that since you're crisscrossing the East Coast to Hershey's, so
Hershey and back. That was my game. It's always a
All
fun
right.
game to play.
driving down the road. Yep.
Driving in traffic. My thing is, if you want to drive in some fun traffic, go to Scranton.
Scranton.
It's 55 miles an hour through there, and I was stuck in traffic and I was trying to keep up, and we were doing like 75. I'm like, what the hell?
Wait, Scranton. Did you go to Dunder Mifflin while you were there? Is that the Scranton, right? I'm not sure if you can tell, but I'm looking at you, Eric, because I'm thinking you're probably the only one that really knows the office around here. Okay.
No. Only thing I did was we stopped at Clark Summit on the way back, and I got Krispy Kreme donuts.
Oh my God.
That worked.
Krispy Kremes are the best.
My son had never had them before, and I picked them up, and I'm like, we'll have these tomorrow morning.
Did he tell you were the best dad ever?
You didn't have them tomorrow morning, though, did you?
No, I had one. I had 2 for dinner the night we got home.
He's like, Dad, where'd those 2 go? Like, don't worry about it.
We got home. I played golf the next morning in a golf tournament. And I'll explain the golf tournament later. So he texted me. I said, you gotta text me when you get up. He's like, yeah, Dad, I'm up. He said I got half dozen glazed. I got 3 raspberry filled and then 3 strawberry frosted with sprinkles, which is the ones he likes.
Ooh.
He texted me. He's like, Dad, I had 3 glazed donuts. I was like, oh man.
Breakfast of champions.
Yeah. So it was pretty funny. So they were gone on Sunday. Just Sunday morning, they were all gone. A dozen donuts gone in less than 24 hours. That's so good. I wish there was one around here. The closest one to us is New Jersey. Clark Summit is one, and then the New Jersey, New York borders.
Oh yeah, We had Krispy Kremes and Tim Hortons, but the people in Syracuse suck ass and only like Dunkin'.
Yes.
Riley, look.
It's funny you say that.
Damn.
Sorry, go. Are you saying something, Hugh? Go ahead.
Well, yeah, she's like the unofficial sixth member of the show, but that's now you. So
now, I guess. Yeah.
I love that.
But Corbs, it's funny you say that too, because my friend and I, we want to go find a White Castle. And I've never had White Castle. Like, yes, the frozen burgers, but White Castle is like White Plains, New York. But like,
well, I went to one in New Jersey, or was it Pennsylvania? When we went to New Jersey, I finally got to eat there last year. I know Kevin went, but all I got to say, it was fucking awesome.
I want the cherry Coke, like how they have it in Harold and Kumar. I have to have it with cherry Coke.
White Castle fries only come in one size.
Oh, do they? Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I know we got the
Beastie Boys. Come on, am I the only one that knows this?
I've never been. That's where I want to go.
He's talking about a Beastie Boys song, right?
Fries one size.
White Castle fries only come in one size. That's very specific.
You got us on that one.
No Sleep Till Brooklyn. Come on, look it up.
I know that song. I didn't.
I know the song, but I don't remember anything about it.
Apparently, you don't.
I remember if it wasn't doing.
I've heard the song.
Step by Step by New Kids on the Block.
No.
That says so much, Jack. That's sad part is I know exactly the song you're talking about.
I know you do.
Yeah.
Jack was at the concert in Buffalo just over the weekend.
They were.
They were in Buffalo this last weekend.
Garth Brooks is there this Saturday. My sister.
Yeah, my buddy that I golf with is going. Him and his wife are going. They're big Garth fans.
Well, Garth needs to clear the fuck out because Rage is moving in on Monday. So now I know that because I'm going. All right. Let's steer this ship back. I think it's time for Kev's tabletop review.
All right. Well, I gave you guys a little bit of a tour of Splendor last week, and it just so happens that I couldn't resist, and I absolutely had to jump on the Splendor bandwagon and get my own version. Now, Paul had ordered the original version, and I ordered the marble version. We saw these for sale at Target for $35, $34.99. I actually missed that sale and ended up buying it. I think I did end up getting it from Target, maybe like $5 more, whatever. I'm perfectly happy with that though, because I am very, very, very happy to have this game. This is the marble version. It is exactly like the original version of Splendor, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of an unboxing to show you what's inside the box. And I cut the plastic already, and I'm trying to be very careful with the top.
Is the plastic staying on the box?
I am going to leave the plastic on the top for now. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
So inside the box, there's a little bit of a little.
Is that the rules sheet?
Yeah, this is the rules sheet. Yep. 4 pages of rules, all about 3 pages, all about the setup, the gems here. I talked about before, the different colors, the blue. Looks like this would be the black actually. This is the wild. Purple, red, and green. Looks like they do a little bit different with the colors, which is okay.
I'll bet you that's so they can kind of match the Infinity Gems.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. So maybe it's yellow, and then the gold is the wild. I'll have to see how the game plays out. But all the cards have Marvel characters on them. So that's the instruction sheet. Oh, and then we come to the cardboard pieces. These are all the different game pieces that have to be popped out.
Punched out.
Yep. So this would be, let's see, this would be a card. Let's see, I'm trying to see.
What is that? Is that the gauntlet itself on there?
This is the gauntlet. Okay. All right. You know what this is? These are the visitors. These are the special cards you get if you have all of these gems in your hand. You can get these visitors. They come to you and they become part of your hand, and they give you the points that are shown on the individual tokens.
Gotcha.
There's the back sides.
So if you collect a full set, you can get the gauntlet itself, and it looks like win the
it.
game.
Win the game, because the game is won with 15 points in your hand.
Nice.
This game may play a little differently. I'm not
Right.
sure. And here are the gem pieces. Let's see if we can get some of these out of here. So,
Wow.
Yep, gold or stone plastic. All the different gem pieces.
I'll bet you the those ones that you have in your hand, the shield one is your wild card this time.
Well, I don't. I think what I'm looking at is there are 6 colors of gems, because each one of these, there's red, yellow, green, purple, blue, and this is orange.
Yep.
And these are your shields. These are your wild cards. What do you want to
Yeah.
bet?
Yep.
The wild gems. So the
makes
idea with
sense.
the wild gem is, if you remember from last week, you can use these to claim a card. So at any point in your turn, if you decide after you collect your gems, you decide, well, I'm going to grab a card out of the field because I want to hold that. You can use one of these, hold the card. What that does is it does 2 things. You prevent another player from getting that card, putting that card in their hand. But what you also want to do is you want to make sure that you have what you need in the next hand to be able to buy that card and add that to your hand. And these are the cards. There's quite a few cards.
Wow.
Yep. I'm going to open these, actually. I want to see what some of these are. I'm very interested to see.
That's annoying.
Nice.
So let's take a look at some of these. Okay, so this is Captain America.
Cool.
See those, all right. So it's Captain America. And that's very interesting. Boy, you need a lot. 5 yellow, 3 blue, 3 orange, and 3 purple to get him just for 3
Wow.
points. Yeah, and he's got a green gem on there. So he's 3 points in your hand, plus he's a green gem in your hand.
Nice.
And
That
then
Black
there's
Panther?
Black Panther, yeah. Very, very cool. I don't know this guy.
That's Black Bolt from the Inhumans.
That's Black Bolt. All right, thank you. Oh, I know that guy. That's Spider-Man. Sorry, I'm turning these upside down for you guys. I can't tell who that is.
Yeah, I can't help you there until I say. Is that
Any
Thor?
Geez.
Does it say on the card though, Kev, who it is?
Oh, it does. Yep, you're right. That's Thor. Yep. Thank you, Jack, for pointing that
Oh,
out.
there you go, Paul. There's yours.
Nova. Yes.
Yep, Nova.
All
Yep.
good, Kev. Your
Nova.
review.
No, thanks. I appreciate the help. So yeah, and Loki. Look at just some. What is that?
Doctor Strange.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
Such a fucking nerd.
No, this is awesome. Hulk. These cards are awesome. See, this is when I saw the pictures of the Marvel, the Marvel set, and I saw the pictures of the cards. I was just thinking how cool it would be to have just the cards, you know. But it honestly looks like this game plays a little bit differently. You know, you've got another color of gem, and these are nice pieces. So these are good quality, nice thick pieces. These are the gemstones.
Almost like they almost look like
Poker
Poker
chips.
chips.
They really are, and they've got some weight to them. So I mean, I'm very, very happy with the quality of the set, and very pleased with the look of the cards. It doesn't look like they're repeating many of the characters. Is that
That's Spider-Gwen?
Gwen?
That's awesome.
Oh, that's awesome. Is it one of the Fantastic Four? No, that is, I can't read that upside down.
I
Well,
really can't see that one from here. That might be Quicksilver. I see white hair.
Yep, there's War Machine. Boy, this is, oh man, I can't. Jessica Jones. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? This is awesome. I'm just going to have the greatest time with this. And Carnage, I can't wait to play this.
Well, you're
Who's
bringing
that
those
guy?
to those. You're bringing to the cons. We're playing this. I'm definitely playing this for sure.
Who the hell is that? I need my glasses.
That's
Hold on.
Proxima Midnight.
That's fine. They'll play
Is
all
it?
night.
Or is it Ronan?
Ronan. That's Ronan. Oh, so cool. So cool. Crossbones. Ooh. Okoye.
Okoye.
O-Y-E. Oh, wow.
Paul's like,
Oh,
yeah.
She-Hulk. Can't wait to see She-Hulk.
Oh yeah, next month, right?
I don't know why. Yes, I'm a big fan of Tatiana Maslany, so I'm very, very much looking forward to that. Beta Ray Bill, no idea who that is. Scarlet Witch, Medusa, very, very, very cool. This is going to be, I think, one of my favorite games. I can't even wait to get down and dirty with this and see how it plays. And all these parts, yep, there's the card.
There you go.
Pop right out.
To do that.
I did, yeah. I'm going to pop these right out because this is.
You're already getting down and dirty with it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I have to throw that away. People hate it when I do that.
Oh dear God!
You're not supposed to throw away like the rest of the cardboard, because I
This
totally
is
would.
neat, though. This really is an indicator, and I haven't looked at the rules, obviously. This is a real indicator that this game is played a little bit differently.
Mhm.
I'm almost wondering if the total points in hand, when a player has at least 16 infinity points and one bonus of each color and one green token, they meet the conditions for assembling the Infinity Gauntlet and trigger the end of the game.
Gotcha.
This is different. It plays just a little bit different. Well, that's
Right.
fantastic.
That's cool.
That is cool. Very, very, very happy with this. I'm very much looking forward to the next time we all get together and we get a chance to play this game. But that is, the game and the cards.
That's
and
cool.
I
And look at that cut. You still put She-Hulk and Spider-Gwen up top. Look at that.
Look at that. Look at that. And who is this? It's Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. It looks like he's wearing white, which throws me off.
There's a little bit of white on his shoulder, but I'm pretty sure that he still got his same cape on there.
Outstanding.
The cloak there, or whatever it is. Very, very cool. I'm very happy with this. Very impressed with the box and all the pieces, and I really can't wait to get a chance to share this with some of you guys.
I'm looking forward to it. And probably our first opportunity for that is going to be in Wellsboro, Pennsylvania. Right, guys?
What's there?
Yeah, what's going on there, Paul?
Wellsboro Comic Con. I love Hugh's look of exasperation. I think that was more of a segue, Hugh. I don't think they're really that dumb. August 13th and 14th, we're going to be appearing. Apparently, we're going to be up in the same building as Roy Thomas and the other ongoing games. So I totally lost where I was going with that. Help me out here.
I have no idea where you're going.
I was just trying to direct where we would be in the con, but that really doesn't fucking matter unless you're going to go and see us there. But come see us. We're going to be there Saturday and Sunday, the 13th and 14th. We're going to have swag to give away if you can beat us at some of these games. And we're just going to have a good old time. We're going to check out everything that's going on there. I think, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm planning on taking in the screening of Logan that night after the con's over.
100%.
So, yeah.
Well, we're all going to be with you, Paul. So
I don't know. I kind of feel like we're all in a different town. We could have a lot more fun doing something else other than watching a movie we've already seen. But that's just me.
And that's true. Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yes. That's yep.
Cool.
yes.
So you guys know how to throw me on this game already, because I'm just gonna buy the characters I like. So I'm gonna be worried about building the
yeah,
stuff
but
to
you'll
get those
still
ones.
somehow win.
Well, Kev's confirmed that I'm a ringer on this kind of game anyway.
You definitely
Got
are.
it.
You picked right up on it. Oh, there's Spider Girl.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to have so much fun with this. Oh, there's Kingpin.
Do they have a DC version of this too?
The
I don't
fuck is
know.
wrong with you?
That's a
I'm
good
DC.
question.
Know that, you idiot.
I don't think they do.
Spider-Ham! Oh my God, Spider Ham!
Okay, yeah, I need that card too. But no, Jack, I
Fight
don't.
for it.
Huh?
Right? It'll turn into a brawl over Spider-Ham. We're just rolling through the con.
Yeah, we'll be trying to talk to people.
I had every issue of that comic. I
Love
loved
that.
it.
When they did the relaunch of it.
I don't
Is
know.
that Quake?
I'm talking about the original.
No, yeah, no, I was no, that's Shuri.
Shuri.
No,
I
when
don't-
they did the relaunch, I tried to get the kids into a Spider-Ham. They were resistant, but
Why do I feel like when we're gonna be at the con, like people are like, "Oh, I want to play against Kev." Get the fuck away from the table. This is our game.
Pushing people away just so we can play.
No. I'm gonna have a great time with this. We're all gonna have a great time with it. By the time we get this all figured out, we get people involved. I think we're all really gonna have a really, really good time.
We're gonna have a blast. Yes, we are.
Yep. Very much looking forward to this.
Outstanding.
Yes. And I'm very happy that I had a chance to share this with you all.
Yes. And then your lights go out.
That went out.
Is that our cue to cut it?
Yeah. So that's all I've got. If you guys, don't have anything else, we can go to the next segment.
All right. Well, unless anybody's got any more questions about this really awesome game, what do you think? Think it's time to throw it to commercial and then come back to the news?
Sure.
All right.
Outstanding. Stick with us, guys. Come join us at the first annual Wellsboro Comic Con, August 13th and 14th, where you'll find classic comic creativity wrapped in retro rural charm. This multi-venue town festival will have fun for the whole family. Meet special guests like Roy Thomas, co-creator of Wolverine, Ghost Rider, The Vision, Ultron, and more. Regina Conroy, artist for Disney and storyboards for this summer's movie, Oz of Fury. DC and Marvel artist, Koi Pham. Video and fantasy artist, Dean Kotz. Check out vendors, the cosplay costume contest, workshops, speakers, gaming, crafts, and much more. Act now and purchase one of the first 2,000 tickets and receive a swag bag, including a free autograph from Roy Thomas, a limited edition t-shirt and enamel pin, and a copy of X-Men Legends #1, featuring a brand new Wolverine tale by Roy Thomas himself. Are you a vendor or artist that would like to participate? Reach out to us now. Spaces are still available, but very limited. For more information, check out WellsboroComicCon.com or visit Pops Culture Shop online at popscultureshop.com. Looking for the hottest new comic on the shelf or a keyback issue to complete your run? How about that rare statue or action figure that you've scoured the internet looking for? Come to Collectibles Galore, located in North Syracuse with ample off-street parking. Collectibles Galore has a huge selection of comics, toys, and rare pop culture items you won't find anywhere else. Comics Galore is always buying comics and toys and will give you the fairest price for your collection. New customers get 15% off their first purchase in store. Collectibles Galore for all of your pop culture needs. Stop in and see for yourself why Collectibles Galore is the king of comics. Hey guys, come here. Check this out. Brand new show starting on the Geek Pod Network called The After Showings. It's my solo project. Gonna have some fun. Gonna cut loose a little bit. No more of the other guys. All showings, all the time. Check it out.
The fourth annual Sci-Fi Horror Fest is coming to Vernon Downs Casino and Hotel in Vernon, New York on August 26th and 27th. Sci-Fi Horror Fest is a family-friendly event featuring fun activities including Horror Tracks live movie riff, gaming with geeks, haircuts from the demon barber himself, Sweeney Todd, vendors, paranormal investigation groups, and a media area with an eclectic group of podcast personalities. Exciting guests include special FX artist Craig Lindberg, Scream Queens Genevieve Rossi and Lena Sena, and headline guests include CJ Graham, Richard Masser, David Howard Thornton, Grim from Grimm's Horror Show, Brandon Tenold from Brandon Tenold Cult Movie Reviews, Peter Gashik, the Sin Masochist, and Cecil Trechenberg of Good Bad Flicks. For more information and to purchase tickets, go to www.sci-fi-horrorfest.com. Sci-Fi Horror Fest is currently looking for volunteers. This is your chance to be a part of the fun. Please note, details of the event are subject to change due to any last issues with COVID-19.
Now, before you step outside and melt into a puddle of unrealized potential and dreams, here's the news. First up, 23% Rotten Evil. Last week, Netflix adaptation of the classic Capcom video game Resident Evil hit the streaming service, and boy, it has not been a good time. While sitting at number 2 in the global Netflix ratings and number 1 in the US as of this recording, the show has not been kindly received by critics or fans. Currently, it has the lowest Rotten Tomatoes score of any Netflix original ever, lower than even Iron Fist. Now, there's an asterisk here. At least with the audience ratings, we can't rule out that there is some sort of racist review bombing involved here. The main cast is all people of color, and they recast the traditionally white Albert Wesker with the incomparable Lance Reddick. If you don't know who Lance Reddick is, he's like the Idris Elba of TV. I'd be happy if he played all the white characters, as he is really that damn good. Now, I hate to say this, but this might be the one race-swapping incident where the racists do have at least a fact-based argument. The character of Albert Wesker does come from a eugenics program trying to recreate the master race in the same vein as Hitler. So it could be argued this is the rare case where a character's race does actually matter, but they're wrong anyway. I'd watch Lance Reddick play Tom Cruise in a biopic, and he would be better than actual Tom Cruise. The major issue is, once again, Constantine Films has used the Resident Evil property to tell a story that is not Resident Evil. Taken on its own merits, it was a fun show with good acting and a very out-of-place giant crocodile. But for fuck's sake, the video games already have a story. Just fucking tell it. 7 movies, 1 8-episode TV show, and they are still trying to put their own spin on it. Just don't. Tell the damn story. It's good enough on its own. Even my daughter Avery at one point said, this doesn't seem like Resident Evil. She's 10 and available to run your production department. Next up, Rise of the Machines. What a week for 80s action franchises, reveals and first looks at 2 upcoming video games featuring the most famous cinema robots of the cocaine decade. First up, an open-world Terminator game which sees survivors on the run from an army of deadly machines. And then a first-person shooter starring Peter Weller as RoboCop, cleaning up the streets of Detroit. Now, I appreciate the effort, but do kids even know who RoboCop is anymore? I mean, only the RoboCop game had actual gameplay to show, and while it looks good, it kind of misses a big point. In the first-person view, you can't see that you are fucking RoboCop. It looks like a generic near-future shooting game with edgy sound bites. Now, I hope they offer a third-person view to effectively use the franchise and the character. I also expect Jack will go to GameStop when it comes out, grab the video game and say, dead or alive, you're coming with me. And the GameStop employee will say, that's a new one. I haven't heard that one yet today. And finally, one ding-dong to rule them all. Back in March, Tolkien scholar Tom Shippey was fired from Amazon's upcoming Lord of the Rings prequel, The Rings of Power, for apparently breaking an NDA by giving an interview that was not authorized. However, new rumors from multiple sources have come forward stating this is not the case. They are saying he was let go for repeatedly telling the showrunners that they were polluting the lore. Apparently, he had a huge issue with the inclusion of non-sexual nudity in the series that he did not feel belonged there. Now, man, I mean, I'm not sure how I feel about this one. On one hand, the one thing that could have made the Lord of the Rings movies better would have been titties. But on the other hand, it would have cheapened the cinematic masterpieces. This really concerns me. I didn't care about the inclusion of people of color or any of that nonsense. I'm not one of the people mad that there could be a black person in the franchise who wasn't playing an orc. But I am really not sure that we need even tasteful nudity in the series that deliberately strayed away from any of that kind of nonsense. Lord of the Rings was pure fantasy in a way that anyone of any age or maturity level could enjoy. It makes me question the intentions of the showrunners. If they truly misunderstand the property to the tune of Hobbit dick on screen, can they really be trusted with something so, wait for it, precious? And that's the news, kids. Now, a few weekends ago, we had to go to several graduation parties. The new thing now is apparently cards to write advice on for the graduate. I've not seen that. When I had my graduation party, people who didn't like me just showed up to drink my beer and left. The advice I got there was don't trust anyone, but I digress. So my 10-year-old grabs a card and a brand new pen right out of the package with a cap on it. She looks at it, starts messing around with it, looking confused, spinning it around. It never occurred to me that she has never actually had a capped pen in her hand. We buy clicky pens with no caps, and that's all she's ever used. After a few minutes, she looks over at us and says, "How do I activate this pen?" We are all doomed. Paul?
In other news, 2 out of 3 adults in the United States have hemorrhoids. My money's on Jack, Hugh, Corbs, and Kev. Back to you, Corbs.
Hemorrhoid free.
Oh, where you come up with this shit? I do not know.
Corbs, you got a Hemi?
Mine looks like Paul.
Wow. You mentioned GameStop, and the first thing I thought about GameStop was Ruben.
Ruben!
Ruben's back.
Make sure you call Ruben when you go.
No doubt.
All right. Well, I don't have much for the way of sports this week. It's been kind of a slow week. Baseball was on break for the All-Star game. Did watch the home run derby contest. It was nice to see Albert Pujols in the home run derby this year. Didn't give him much of a chance. He actually did make it through the first round, which was kind of a shock to everybody, including him. So he did make it through the second round. It was won by Juan Soto. Pete Alonso was trying to do a three-peat. He lost in the second round to Julio Rodriguez from Seattle. He's the youngest participant in the home run derby. He hit 62 home runs in the first 2 rounds. 63 home runs in the first 2 rounds. Set a record, which was kind of cool. So watched a little bit of the All-Star game. Can't say I was that enthused with it. It was won by the American League 3-2. For me, the best part was watching the guy from Toronto. He was mic'd up while pitching. So the broadcasters were talking to him while he was pitching, and he was answering them while he was pitching. So like he'd get on the rubber and he'd be talking to them, and I'm thinking, how are you doing this? It's weird to have to be able to he was telling the pitches like he was saying, "Oh, I'm gonna throw a slider here." I'm thinking, if you say that loud enough, the guy up there is gonna hear you, or whatever. So it was kind of fun, and the guy ended up striking out the side, which was kind of cool. He was, happy and screaming in the mic. It was pretty cool. So that was pretty funny.
I love watching people mic'd up.
Yeah, the football guys are a lot better to listen to when they're mic'd up.
Oh my god, I love that. Or when they do the voiceovers of them talking.
Reading.
Yeah.
Yes, I love those.
And the other thing I got is the British Open was last weekend. It was won by Cam Smith. He came from 4 shots back on the final day to win it.
Is he the only person left in the PGA?
No. There's surprisingly a lot of guys. A lot of guys are jumping ship, though. A lot of guys are heading to the Live. They just had another guy today or yesterday or today, one of the two. The captain for the Ryder Cup team for the European team jumped to the Live Tour, and they told him that he is no longer the captain of the Ryder Cup team.
Fuck that guy. That's why.
Well, that's pretty much what everybody's saying. They're going to have to come up with something for that these guys can go between the 2 tours at some point there, because a lot more guys are jumping ship. They've lost, I think, 5 more guys since the British Open to the Live Tour. So I think this tour is going to be here to stay for at least a little while for these guys. So they're going to need to figure out something. They're going to need to figure out a way to make this work out between the 2 of them. So, but other than that, it's been pretty light sports-wise lately. So,
all right. Then why don't we turn to our next favorite sport? Jack's erroneous question of the week.
Thank you.
Hit it.
So let's do 2 again. All right. So
because that's the limit I gave you. Yes.
I know, but you always say the question. I'm like, no, we're going to 2. Okay, so let's kick it to animals this week. So we haven't done an
animals.
Yep.
No kicking animals.
No kicking animals.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Jack?
Seriously.
Sorry, I kicked your cat over there. I'm sorry.
Dude, if you kicked my cat, I would kill you.
No, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about you.
There's actually a one-eyed cat in my neighborhood, which is kind of funny.
What'd
All
you do?
Give it in
My
the eye.
slate got. All right. So first question. Brock, not Brock Lesnar, but Brock is a nickname for what animal?
Pitbull.
No.
Brachiosaurus Rex.
No.
Nostrils.
No. Hugh, Erica?
A fish.
Not a fish.
Is it Australian or
No.
desert? No.
No.
I feel like I've heard this before.
Bronk or Brock?
Brock. Not Brock Lesnar, but Brock. So Brock is a nickname for what animal?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Nope.
A badger.
Okay.
Yeah, I
What
didn't.
kind?
A honey badger.
badger.
He doesn't give a shit.
That's right.
This one actually, believe it or not, I got it on the third try, so I was very
Don't
impressed.
believe you.
Believe before 1938, toothbrushes were made of hairs of what animal?
Horses.
No, those are brushes actually, but that's not it.
Toothbrushes, they are wiry, so porcupines.
No, good guess though.
Oh,
What'd you say, Hugh?
Ow.
I said ow.
Yeah.
Not an owl.
Not an
Well,
owl. Ow, ow.
You
like
don't
that.
Oh,
have to
Shane.
leave the pointy ends on.
Sorry. No, I don't know what's going on there, bottom.
I don't know.
It would have to be something
Eric
that
is
was.
doing jumping jacks.
It's
Yeah,
like
because my computer's dying.
Uh-oh.
okay,
It
like
would
you're
have
going
to
in
be-
and out of color. I was
Sorry.
Okay.
You're
If
good.
it'd have to be something that's readily available because everybody needs a toothbrush. So it can't be something obscure. Like who's going to catch enough fucking porcupines to make toothbrushes for the entire population? Something
Believe it
more
or not,
easily caught.
a lot of people didn't brush teeth back in the day, so it was that was like a nice thing to have as a toothbrush. A lot
Well,
of
yeah,
people-
didn't they all have wooden teeth?
Well,
Yes,
by the time they figured out
George
they needed
Washington
it,
had actually goat teeth, believe it or not.
well, by the time they figured out they needed it, it was a singular. It was a toothbrush, not a teeth brush.
Right.
Exactly. A lot. The elite had toothbrushes.
So where
pigs.
was it?
No,
Goat?
no. Corpse.
What
Erica,
has a
you want to try
wiry-
that?
Humans.
I don't know. Fish
Humans?
bones.
What did you
I
say?
don't
Human, like your arm hair.
More specifically, human pubic hairs.
Wow, I wasn't going there.
No,
I have no idea.
No, you got us again, Jack.
beaver.
What?
That's what I said, right? I mean,
No. Kind of. You kind of did. I was actually laughing inside. I'm like,
Man, they use beaver for a lot because their
They do.
scent glands are with a raspberry flavor or something like that.
yeah, something. I know what you're talking about. Yeah. Yes.
well,
all
good job,
natural.
all of you.
we
Clap.
suck again. Yes.
Back to you.
No.
Back to me. Thank you. All right. So this week's weekly topic. Hit my music. All right. So this one, because as I said last week, what we're doing is we're going to hit it before the break and give you time to think about it. Guys, what fictional gadget would you most like to own?
I got it.
All right. Give me your answer after the break.
The fourth annual Sci-Fi Horror Fest is coming to Vernon Downs Casino and Hotel in Vernon, New York on August 26th and 27th. Sci-Fi Horror Fest is a family-friendly event featuring fun activities including Horror Tracks Live Movie Riff, Gaming with Geeks, haircuts from the Demon Barber himself, Sweeney Todd, vendors, paranormal investigation groups, and a media area with an eclectic group of podcast personalities. Exciting guests include special FX artist Craig Lindberg, Scream Queens Genevieve Rossi and Lena Sinna, and headline guests include CJ Graham, Richard Masser, David Howard Thornton, Grim from Grimm's Horror Show, Brandon Tenold from Brandon Tenold Cult Movie Reviews, Peter Gashik, the Sin Masochist, and Cecil Tretchenberg of Good Bad Flicks. For more information and to purchase tickets, go to www.sci-fi-horrorfest.com. Sci-Fi Horror Fest is currently looking for volunteers. This is your chance to be a part of the fun. Please note, details of the event are subject to change due to any last issues with COVID-19.
Hey guys, come here. Check this out. Brand new show starting on the Geek Pod Network called The After Showings. It's my solo project. Gonna have some fun. Gonna cut loose a little bit. No more of the other guys. All showings, all the time. Check it out. Looking for the hottest new comic on the shelf for a key back issue to complete your run? How about that rare statue or action figure that you've scoured the internet looking for? Come to Collectibles Galore, located in North Syracuse with ample off-street parking. Collectibles Galore has a huge selection of comics, toys, and rare pop culture items you won't find anywhere else. Comics Galore is always buying comics and toys and will give you the fairest price for your collection. New customers get 15% off their first purchase in store. Collectibles Galore for all of your pop culture needs. Stop in and see for yourself why Collectibles Galore is the king of comics. Come join us at the first annual Wellsboro Comic Con, August 13th and 14th, where you'll find classic comic creativity wrapped in retro rural charm. This multi-venue town festival will have fun for the whole family. Meet special guests like Roy Thomas, co-creator of Wolverine, Ghost Rider, The Vision, Ultron, and more. Regina Conroy, artist for Disney and storyboards for this summer's movie, Paws of Fury. DC and Marvel artist, Koi Pham. Video and fantasy artist, Dean Kotz. Check out vendors, the cosplay costume contest, workshops, speakers, gaming, crafts, and much more. Act now and purchase one of the first 2,000 tickets and receive a swag bag, including a free autograph from Roy Thomas, a limited edition t-shirt and enamel pin, and a copy of X-Men Legends #1, featuring a brand new Wolverine tale by Roy Thomas himself. Are you a vendor or artist that would like to participate? Reach out to us now. Spaces are still available, but very limited. For more information, check out WellsboroComicCon.com or visit Pop's Culture Shop online at popscultureshop.com. And we are back. Let me reiterate what that question was before you guys go to it. What fictional gadget would you most like to own? Hands down, Kevin. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead, Kev, if you're that excited.
A sonic screwdriver.
I'm shocked. Not what I expected you to say.
What did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to go with the lightsaber.
That's mine.
Well, I mean, that would be fun, but really, I mean, with a sonic screwdriver, I can fix things. I can open doors. I can do all sorts of fun stuff. With a lightsaber, I can just defend myself from the forces of evil.
I like it.
True.
Things.
I mean,
Mine's lightsaber
Why is that, Erica?
because I
It's
get
fucking
to
awesome.
kill bitches.
What color is your bitchin' lightsaber?
Purple.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I like it.
All right. I have got to go and reference Kevin in this because that was the first thing that popped into my head, Kevin. But then I realized, why would I use this wish for a fictional gadget on a sonic screwdriver when my gadget can just be a TARDIS, which can build me a sonic screwdriver anyway.
Wow.
And
That's
does
so
a
much
lot
better.
more shit.
That's so much better.
All right. That's a good one as well.
I got mine.
Go ahead, Corbs.
The flux capacitor.
Nice.
What are you doing?
Nice.
What are you
Is
Going
saying?
that
back
the
to
flux
55?
capacitor, or is it already installed in a car for you?
Oh, it'd have to be installed in the car.
I was gonna say, think about this, Corbs.
Yeah,
It'd look
have to
real
be
sweet
installed.
sitting on your
do,
shelf.
do you really want to hook that shit up yourself?
Nope.
No,
Just boom.
nope. I want Doc Brown to hook it up for me
Okay,
so that I can go back in time.
that's cool.
Or I can go ahead in time. One of the two.
Yes.
And
then
if you
the
get
almanac.
lost, I can come get you in my TARDIS.
There you go.
You know, when you blow up your car.
All right.
As long as it doesn't get hit by a train, we're all good.
True. Jack.
Oh yeah. So I'm breaking into Tony Stark's house and I'm stealing the Iron Man suit. So
Going for a joyride. Nice.
oh my god,
Naughty.
you can fly in it. You can honestly have Jarvis like hook you up. It's like, yo, let's go get that world's second best sandwich that Corbs was talking about. So I'm gonna go get that. No, but you can do so much in that. You can fly, you can but Tony Stark is like the gadget king, so you can build all sorts of things. And I was like, and it was like, what the fuck? Who took my suit? I'm like, this fucking guy took your suit. Like, I would definitely take his suit, but I would actually ask him to make me one. Mine would be like green or something like that. Like the green Geek Pod logo was pretty cool. I like that green color because
And
when
instead of the arc reactor, you got the Mike logo.
yeah, exactly. But it'd be so cool though, just being in like the Iron Man outfit. Like you can fly, you can shoot shit. It's like, oh, sorry, I blew up another building, Mr. Stark. Like I'll be like Peter Parker, but a little bit more knocking things over. I'm like, oh, sorry, Mr. Stark, I did that again. But I'm still in the Iron Man outfit.
Nice. Mine actually changed in the midst of this. Originally, I was going to go with the a Green Lantern ring.
Okay.
But I changed my mind, and I'm still sticking with some hand bling. I'm going with a fully loaded Infinity Gauntlet
Nice.
because
You
I
can't
can
wield it.
I mean, those 3 seconds would be great. It all depends, though, because if it's from the
You've
comics,
said that before.
you're not wrong. In the comics, that whole limitation doesn't exist. So if it's the MCU version, yeah, I'm fucked. If it's the comics, I think I'll be all right. So
You're gonna snap everybody out of here? I mean, what the fuck?
no,
What would you
I
do with it? What would you do with
Start
it?
finding Thanos or whatever. You're just gonna
Well,
wear
the
it
first
like,
thing
what
I
the
would
fuck?
do is I would snap my fingers and just multiply the amount of resources on the planet instead of killing half the people.
Oh, fuck that. What would you do for yourself?
You go like
I'd-
this, and there'd be like a 12-pack of Budweiser next to it.
Right?
well, no. First thing is I would go like this, and I would add a few extra inches. I'm just saying.
Exactly.
I thought you were
That's
trying to lose
exactly
weight.
what
though.
you would do.
Oh no! You know where I'm going with this.
I thought you were gonna have your friend Ruben with you.
Oh fuck! He would get snapped away. Yes, and maybe you too, Jack.
I'll be in my Iron Man costume long gone.
You would just see the dust come out the eyes of the Iron Man costume.
That'd be perfect. I'd be like, Paul, you did.
You fucker!
Well, then we could all ask Paul for like wishes, right? You'd be like the Geek Pod genie.
Right. All of a sudden, I'm
Nice.
fucking Robin Williams. Great.
You'll be turning purple.
I'd be like, I'd like my hair not to tangle, so I don't have to condition the fuck out of it every single morning. That would
Don't
be my-
even go there.
What do you
I-
mean? Don't even go there.
I'd like my hair back.
Yours
right back
still
here.
isn't as long as hers, dude.
It's down to the crack of my ass.
So's hers.
And mine is thick and curly.
And
Mine is
receding.
straight, which is nice, except that it gets tangled when I sleep on it.
Oh yeah.
So every morning, I'm using. It says use a nickel-sized thing. I'm using like 3 handfuls of conditioner to get the fucking tangles out of the ends of my hair. Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, I am so isolating that clip, Jack.
I got you.
All right. If we don't have any more wish fulfillment, let's move on to the midstream report. Guys, what are you watching? And gals, sorry, not used to having a girl here.
Okay.
Let's let her start. What are you watching? What are you excited about?
We were watching Vikings, and there's 90 episodes of Vikings. So we have like 20 left, but then Peaky Blinders and Stranger Things came out. So we put that on a pause. And then we watched those, and now we're back to Vikings. Stranger Things was so good.
Nice.
Really scary though.
Yeah, I heard this one was way more intense this season.
Like, I haven't watched a scary movie since 8th grade for a reason. And I think if it was this scary during the first season, I wouldn't have watched it.
You'd have been out.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But it was really good.
You know what I noticed about that, which I thought was interesting, is that Robert Englund, who plays Freddy Krueger, was unrecognizable in his character almost, to the point where my family didn't even realize that was him. But Vecna totally had the Freddy Krueger voice from the Nightmare on Elm Street reboot, the Jackie Earle Haley voice, to the point was I was like, is that Jackie Earle Haley? It was spot on.
Yeah.
Wow.
They did a really good job with this season.
They did.
I liked it.
Now, did this season wrap it up, or is it open-ended for more?
Oh, yeah.
There's definitely 5.
Yeah.
Which we'll probably actually get that announcement tomorrow at San Diego Comic-Con.
Oh, no, they already announced
Did
it. Yeah, we've known for a while.
Oh, and like it's totally open-ended. Like they have to do something else.
Gotcha.
They said it's going to be shorter than season 4, but it's going to be season 5, 2024 of summer.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I hope that even if they need more time, that's fine. I'd rather them take their time.
And are they explaining, like, are there time jumps in these, like explaining that all the kids are getting?
Well, that's what I thought
older?
was going to happen. I thought that they were going to end it here in season 4, and then the next season was going to be like in the future. But I can't see. I mean, maybe there'll be like 3
There's
years
an
in the future.
immediate issue.
Oh,
that they have to deal with. I don't really see
like
how
within months. They have to do it like after.
Well, I would argue that they have to jump right into action right at the end of that scene.
For sure.
Because shit's going down.
Okay.
And unless we're going to see a completely different backdrop for the 5th season.
Right. Like things get real shitty.
Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
I've really got to get on board with this before my Netflix thing runs out again.
I can't believe you're about Stranger Things. That's phenomenal.
I haven't even watched the season yet.
Oh,
I watched the very first episode. That's where I stopped. So.
But Hugh, like you said though, like when I was watching that, because you and I both like Freddy Krueger and Robert Englund, I was like, oh, it's Robert Englund. My friend and his girlfriend were like, that's not Robert Englund. I'm like, oh, that's Robert Englund. Nobody recognized him.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right, who wants to go next?
Okay, mine's gonna be short, but jump back in the time vault. So I was like, what can I watch this week? So pulled out of the old classic from TNN, Spike TV reruns, watching some Different Strokes with Gary
Oh
Coleman.
my God.
Talking about Willis.
You are so fucking weird, Jack. I love it.
Yeah, exactly. So my girlfriend was over the other day. She's like, what are we watching? I'm like, I don't know what you're watching, but I'm going to watch some Different Strokes. So Gary Coleman, Todd Bridges, Conrad Bain, Dana Plato. Believe it or not, I did the research a little bit. Did you guys know that, like, we all knew it, but like on offset at 14 years old, Todd Bridges and Dana Plato would just get drunk or get high. And yeah, they would just get high together. I'm like, oh my God, this is a deep shit. Like Gary Coleman would drink before the show. And of course it's a funny show, but like, it's like offset. It's like he did all this shit. But Mr. Drummond, Conrad Bain, actually, did you know he had a twin brother, which was kind of interesting? He had he's a Canadian actor. He had a twin brother. And another little nugget, which is pretty cool, is Alan Thicke, the lead from Growing Pains, sang the theme song.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool. But we've all seen Different Strokes reruns here and there. But like the funny, I know. But like
literally just had to look it up.
All right, Kev and Corbs, you got my back. I know. That's all you know. Yeah, but like, yeah, like that was just a fun show to watch. Like when you were in like 7th grade, like home for summer vacation, you don't have a job yet, so you're watching like reruns of your favorite programs. But TNN was when Raw was on that station, and then it was Spike TV and Now it's Paramount. So like, but I just remember when it was TNN or like Spike TV. It was awesome.
I remember the switch over from TNN to Spike. Yeah.
Right. But yep, that's a little curveball.
Way
right?
back, yeah.
1978 to 1986, before I was born. So
Same.
exactly. Cool. Eric, you and I can relate.
When were you born? What year were you born?
1988. What about you?
93.
I'm the
2001.
youngest
Yeah.
anymore.
Yep.
Awesome. But Paul, back to you.
Born 2 years before I graduated high school.
you want to go ahead?
Yeah, sure. So a lot of just catching up on stuff. Obviously, we watched the Resident Evil TV show, which I spoke at length about earlier. We also finished up this last season of Walker, which I'm not going to go into detail about. It's quirky. It doesn't fit into our normal horror themed TV stuff we watch, but we like it. I don't know. It's a decent show. It was fun. Westworld is probably the most current show we're watching. I think I touched on this previously. The season's good, but man, I mean, they had a huge reveal this past week, which shifted everything. Like, I had absolutely no idea what was going on all this season until this point. I think this is like the 4th episode. And they're famous for time jumps, but they've done that so many times. I didn't think that they were going to pull any weird timey-wimey shit this year. But yeah, I don't know. It's a completely different show than it was the first 2 seasons. It almost literally feels like a different show. I mean, it's still good. It's still worth watching. But if somebody went from the first season to the 4th season for some ridiculous reason, they would probably turn it off. You really have to be invested in the characters and go on this journey with them in order to stay interested. Outside of that, did catch a movie recently, The Black Phone, starring Ethan Hawke. That was excellent.
Yeah, I've wanted to see that.
Yeah, it is really, really good. It is a horror film, but I don't want to say it's not too horrific. It's more of a ghost story, and those tend to not be as graphic and scary. But there was some cool shit that I've not. There were some strings pulled in this movie that I've not seen. And, being the horror movie scholar that I am, it's rare that I run across something that is not completely derivative of something else I've seen before, even if they add new stuff. This was good. I was impressed.
Nice.
And Ethan Hawke, really, really, really scary.
Awesome.
I shouldn't say scary, creepy. He's really creepy in this role.
Dude, you never have bad dreams after you watch scary movies?
I used to. In fact, there's a little story here. Let's open up the storybook. When I was about 4 or 5 years old, I was watching Night of the Living Dead with my father, the original. It was when they NBC had movies on Friday night after the news and everything. They had the horror movies, and I used to watch them with him. But this one, it got to the scene where Barbara looks up the stairs and you see the half-eaten skull. Terrified me, ran in my room. From that point forward, most of my adult life, I had horrible, horrible, awful nightmares and also a fascination with zombies and the horror genre in general. I did have horrible dreams, which is part of the reason I started drinking so heavily for like a decade and a half, 2 decades, which was bad. I don't have those dreams anymore, though. So no, it doesn't bother me at all.
What changed? They just stopped?
I think that maybe, I think sometimes you have to learn to process things. And I have learned along my, because she wouldn't know this, but this is non-alcoholic beer I drink from a place out of Connecticut. When you drink heavily, your brain kind of stops processing shit. And now as a sober adult, there are things that I had issues with back then. Like I couldn't sleep. I had insomnia. I did not want to go to sleep because my nightmares were so bad. At some point that stopped and I stopped drinking. I'm like, oh, I don't have this problem anymore. Probably stopped when I was like 24 and I could have cut off then, but instead I wasted the next, decade. But
so it must take longer to learn. It's okay.
Well, but still, I think that if you like horror movies, even if they scare you, it's kind of the point. Nightmares aren't going to kill you. They don't last forever. And I think the experience is worth it. And I will say, even though I can go back and tie a lot of the problems I've had in my life to, I don't want to call that trauma, because that led me on one of the great journeys of my life, my love of horror, my love of zombie fiction. I wouldn't change a thing. at all. I mean, maybe I drink a little less, but I wouldn't stop that because, you know, now I am infatuated with something that terrifies me, which might be why, with the exception of maybe heights, nothing really scares me anymore.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I control my fear, except for heights. That's fucking crazy.
So no hiking for you then?
Hiking? What do you mean? No, I don't like heights. I didn't
Heights,
say I
yeah.
don't like hiking. No, I love hiking.
No,
Well, I
like
don't mind-
being up on a mountain.
I know that's I don't mind that. It's like, you know, carnival rides and,
Mm.
you know, looking off the end of a building or something like that. I am staying see, when you're hiking, you're still on the ground, no matter how high you are. I'm okay
So
with
you
that.
wouldn't like Barclay Damon's rooftop then?
I wouldn't what?
Like we have a really nice rooftop up at work.
I mean, I'd stay toward the center. I'm not going towards and I mean, I watch someone on TV getting close to the edge of a building, and I get a weird feeling between my balls and asshole. Okay, it terrifies me. Heights terrify me.
That's where you feel it.
Yeah, that's where I feel it.
I'm terrified that I was just thinking about
Clench.
between his balls and his asshole.
Made you look.
Welcome nightmares for all of us.
I need to drink
Hey,
more.
you don't know. That might be the nicest taint you've never seen.
Wow.
There's no way.
I'm done. Gross.
Moving on. Corbs, you watching anything?
Yeah, actually, I finished up Billy the Kid.
Nice.
That was pretty cool. I enjoyed watching that. It was nice. It's not a funny show, pretty good, interesting show. It ended up with him basically working for Murphy. I don't know if you guys remember Young Guns, the guy that was controlling the town. Apparently, he started out working for him in the TV show. In this show, he started out working for him, but he switched sides right at the end of the season and joined John Tunstall's Regulators. Nice. So I'm hoping they come out with a second season for it. That'd be pretty cool to see the second season and whatnot, and how the Regulators form and how they end up, you know, marshals and whatnot, like in Young Guns. And then I started watching the Terminal List.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kev talked about that last week. Yeah.
I watched the first 2 episodes of that. So looking forward to it. The first 2 episodes were fantastic. It's an interesting show. So I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. It's a little weird right now. I mean, obviously it's got some issues going on and whatnot, but it'd be nice to get through it and find out where it ends up. So
yeah, you really don't know. It flip flops first couple episodes.
Yeah, the first couple episodes is a little weird. Like he was remembering stuff, and then he remembers more stuff, and it's different than the first time he remembered it and whatnot. So,
is it PTSD or is somebody out to get him?
Yeah.
Are you paranoid if somebody's really out to get you?
Right. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, I got the first 2 episodes. I watched them last 2 nights. So I'll probably watch another episode. I'll probably finish watching it over the weekend. So
nice.
Maybe not Saturday. Saturday's going to be kind of a busy day. Got a bunch of stuff going on Saturday, so maybe Sunday. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah, can I come over and bring popcorn?
You can bring popcorn, Jack.
Yes.
He didn't say he was letting you in.
Yeah,
seriously, you're delivering in the hallway.
I'll be like clawing at the door, like, let me in.
Looking in your window with his popcorn.
I'm gonna get in.
It's tough to look through my window. It's on the 3rd floor.
He's a wiry little fuck. He can do it.
He's gonna need a really tall ass ladder.
Your son will be like, Dad, what? There's a strange guy outside. We're like, just ignore it. It'll go away. And then I fall down. Oh shit.
Like Belushi in the Animal House.
Yeah. All right. Kev, what do you got?
Well, I mean, I only got to episode 4 of the Terminal List, and you know, we've been busy, and Kathy is now away, so she's away for a week. So I'm trying to stay away from anything that we're watching together. But I'm going to throw one out there that I watched a little while ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago, now maybe a month ago. I went back and watched The Big Lebowski.
Nice.
Oh my god,
Great movie.
classic.
I can't tell you how much of that movie I forgot. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Classic.
I haven't seen that in years.
Freaking hilarious. The dude.
Yes.
Well, Kath,
The
if
dude
Kathy's
bites.
away, it sounds like, this is the perfect time for you to start watching Supernatural.
What's that?
Running gag we've had going for about,
Yeah.
I don't know, 80 episodes.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah.
You know, the funny part about it is every morning when I get up to go to work, when I get out of bed and crawl into my chair in my bedroom to get on my computer, I'll turn on the TV and Supernatural is on TBS.
The
You turn it
universe
off.
is trying to tell you something.
Find
And I
a
look at
different
it,
channel.
and I look at it and go, "Yep."
So you think about me every day.
Oh.
Think about it. I was like, I should probably start. No, I can't. I got to go to Sports Center. Sports Center or Catfish, one of the two. Never decide.
Quality programming. That's
Exactly.
and speaking of quality programming, I've got a couple things here. One, I finally caught up on Ms. Marvel
Oh, no.
and got to see that after credit scene. Left us with a lot more questions.
Mhm.
But all in all, it was good. Madison gives it 2 thumbs up. I wasn't quite that enthusiastic with it. And second, go ahead.
Before you go on, here's the thing that gets me about this. It was great, interesting at least, up until the part where the boy's mom kills herself and what gives him her powers or a power from the thing. That whole thing was kind of confusing.
Disjointed?
And never really explained. And like all of a sudden he can do this shit and now secret agents are after them. But is he bad? I mean, it kind of seemed like they were setting him up to be a bad guy, but
Mhm.
there was no super powered antagonist in that last episode. It was very strange.
No, Damage Control was the antagonist. It was weird.
And it would have worked better if they had, because they showed up a few times, but they seemed like a side plot. And all of a sudden in the last episode, they're the main antagonist. And it's just,
Yeah.
they should have been more of a main antagonist throughout the whole thing, I think.
It was odd choices.
How many episodes are there?
6.
Okay. I watched the first 2.
Yeah, and episodes 1 and 6 are the only one that have post-credit scenes.
I didn't watch the post-credit scene in one. Guess I gotta back to
It
that.
didn't really mean anything. It was just the introduction of Damage Control, I think. Right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
All I know is when I was watching the second episode and the kid showed up, I was like, well, he's got something to do with the fact that she put that bracelet on and all of a sudden this kid shows up and there's a new kid there. So I was like, yeah, he's got some interest in this bracelet or whatever the fuck it was.
He likes pretty jewelry.
Yes.
He seemed like he liked pretty jewelry.
All right.
Was it a sonic screwdriver?
No. It was the magic
Sorry,
bangle.
Kat. I'm sorry, Kat.
All right, and my last one is I had the displeasure of watching Zombies 3 this week, whatever it was.
The displeasure.
Disney
Oh.
zombies movie. Yeah, that started off with humans and zombies, and then the sequel was humans, zombies, and werewolves, and now we're on to Zombies 3. And my biggest takeaway from this was, what the fuck happened to Meg Donnelly, who is the lead actress in it? She went from being a 17-year-old cheerleader to a hard-partying 43-year-old divorced mother of 3 that sells Scentsy and has a closet coke habit in the span of one sequel. Like,
Fudge.
I don't know what happened, and you guys can see here, I've got the side by sides for you, theater of the mind. And it completely took me out of the whole movie because they're still supposed to be in high school, but I'm looking at her, I'm like, dude, like I look younger than you. What the fuck happened to you? So, but again, Madison gave that 2 thumbs up.
That's all that matters.
Yeah.
I'm starting to not trust her taste.
I agree. Yeah, don't.
Did you guys see the new Game of Thrones trailer?
Oh,
Yeah.
did that hit today? I saw something about it on Facebook.
Yeah, the
but-
official trailer.
Yeah.
Haven't
Nice.
caught that yet.
I think it's gonna be good.
The Halloween Ends trailer did come out
Yep.
today, though.
That
was
was
good
also
too.
Saw that.
yes.
Michael Myers and I don't have a good relationship.
You should work on that.
Well, it's not really my fault. I have 3 brothers, and they used to stand over my bed in his mask. So, like,
holy fuck! No wonder you don't like horror movies. Jesus Christ!
and my older brother, he stayed. His room was right next to mine, and for me to not go in his room, he would put a mask over his door.
That can do
Instead of the sock. That's gotcha.
Oh,
Wow.
you had to go there.
That's disgusting.
It's a universal sign. Everyone knew, right? So
No, it was just a mask. I think it was like a werewolf mask.
perfect.
See, I never put a sock on the door so they could come in and go, "Wow, that's a pretty nice looking taint."
Oh dear God!
Nobody would ever say
Is
that.
this the only episode that Hughes talked about his taint?
No,
It's been a long time.
no, he talks about it quite a bit actually,
Okay.
and Paul talks about his penis a lot. So
You know, I'm more okay with Hughes' taint than Paul's penis.
weirdly, so am I.
I feel like I'm winning.
Yeah, sure, go with that.
Oh, you got to put a big picture of Charlie Sheen up winning.
Now you're gonna tell me how to edit? Stay in your lane, man.
I'm a jack of all trades.
But really, that's all I got, guys. You guys got anything else? Or are we gonna wrap this thing up? Perfect.
Yeah, no.
Corbs? do we need a cue, Corbs? We
One
can do that.
job.
What? I forget these things. All right, Paul. Drop your fucking nuggets.
Bad decisions make great fucking stories. On that note, megabyte me, bitches.
This has been a GeekPod Network production.